Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'm here with Edler. He is the IoT Manufacturing Applications Leader. Thank you for joining us. Can you explain a little bit about what we see here with this dashboard?
Yeah, so at Emerson, we practice what we preach. And that's why we gather together some of our dashboards on global scale from our global manufacturing to introduce you to how we monitor energy and what efficiency gains we can win with our dashboards. I can show you on our dashboard from the energy monitoring of Laatzen. That's a quite huge one that we have here. It's directly opposite of the fair, by the way, so very close by, but the data is gathered in the cloud. And when you see the data of Laatzen, we analyze it every month, closely together with manufacturing and with our plant leader, and there we always find new small additions we can make. We already captured 30% of energy reductions in the last years, and we are up to new opportunities each month to go further.
On the screen, we see a lot of metrics, a lot of things we can monitor. What are the main findings that you would really look for when installing a compressed air manager?
So when I really look at the compressed air manager, let me switch to another dashboard here, for example. So in Laatzen, we also have a compressed air manager which has a lot of endpoints. And we always see here the baseline. We always capture the baseline. That's our point to start with, because that is leakage normally. If you have a non-production hours, you always can start from the non-production hours and see, okay, what is my main leakage that I have in my plant, and how can I reduce that on global scale or on bigger scale, because that is leaking every time, all the time. And if I can reduce that, I have a 24/7 savings out of it.
Laatzen's a very large facility. It's a very large-scale solution. So what insights can you provide with a more smaller scale?
Yeah, so let me jump to Ashflat. That's one of our factories in the US. If we go there, we only have 2 power meters in there, okay? So 2 power meters, not much. So we have the left and the right side of the factory being monitored. But even if you have here these whole data of a full manufacturing, by switching the daytimes here, for example, or the granularity on how you capture data, you can really dive into the manufacturing. And if one machine is shut off, you see it directly on this graph reflected. And if you then have your analysis team there and reporting team, and they go to the data, you can really capture also small consumers in your complete facility.
All this seems very interesting. It's really interesting that we have this dashboard here on the Emerson floor where someone can come and you have all these live metrics that we can showcase. Before we end our conversation, is there anything specifically in this dashboard that you'd want to share with us?
We can also go to the donuts, which I really like. And then we can switch to one single power meter, for example. And there we can also explore more metrics than we had on the main dashboard. We also have the frequency of the grid. We can see if the grid is working right or not, or if we have power disturbances. And we can also see the supply voltage. Normally, if it drops or something, your quality and your issues are really going up, and you have a lot of problems in manufacturing.
All very fascinating. So if there's a customer that's interested in including this in their facility, how can they get in contact with someone from Emerson to really get this process started?
Yeah, so for Emerson, it's now getting easier and easier because we have now the Energy Manager available. That's a complete solution which you can just plug to your wall. You make all the setup steps as easy as possible. So you can just plug the power meter, type in the IP address, give all the meters some meaningful names, and everything will be reflected on the same dashboard you see for our facilities.
Thank you for joining us. And if you're interested in the energy monitoring solutions or anything else Emerson has to offer, please visit emerson.com to learn more.